talking. Three black girls talking.
Hey y'all, I'm Margot Evans.
And I'm Rochelle Truby.
And this is your girl, Edwonda White, and we are Three Black Girls Talking. We are just a little show that came about from three girlfriends missing each other during the pandemic. And you guys have been watching our show since last year. Yeah.
Yay.
So, and those of you who have not been subscribing, go ahead and subscribe now. And don't forget to tell a friend. So today we're gonna talk about love and romance. Okay. Everyone's looking for that soulmate. Everyone's looking for that Prince Charming or whatever the case
That's
may
right.
be. And some people don't think that that even exists. So I'm gonna talk to my friend Rochelle, and I'm gonna ask you, Rochelle, do you think that soulmates actually exist?
Yes, I do. I honestly think that a soulmate exists. So, when people have say that they found their soulmate, I do believe that. Um, I believe that people can fall in love at first sight, like meet somebody and know that that person is the one. Because honestly, I do believe this. Like the first 20 minutes that you talk to somebody, you pretty much know if you want to deal with them or not. You know what I mean? Because like certain things that people might say or mannerisms. I mean, not all the time, but I'm just saying for for the most part, like just say for example, if you're dating somebody and you go on 3 dates with them and there's certain things, qualities that you don't like about them, those are red flags. And usually most of the time we don't listen to red flags. We always think, oh well, this person's not going, they're going to change, or that's not them or whatever. But really honestly, if they're not faking and they're showing you who they are, that's who that person is. So getting back to your question, I do believe that people do have soulmates. I think that it's hard to find your soulmate. I believe that, but I do believe people have soulmates. You,
Mhm.
Okay,
Margot?
it's interesting
Oh,
that you said that. Hold on, I'm gonna interject real quick. Okay, a lot of people are skeptical. They don't believe that soulmates exist because they've never experienced that.
Mhm.
Okay, just because like I'm a people person, so I could go out with like a bunch of different guys and really like all of them. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean it's my soulmate. Just because we get
Right.
along and have some things in common, it's something a little bit more going on for the soulmate to say there is one soul match for that person. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be in a happy marriage and really love a person that really love you. Maybe you don't get that ultimate because you didn't marry your soulmate, but you could still be happy. So, Margot, I want to ask you originally, the question was, do soulmates, true soulmates, really exist? Do they?
I think in a way they do, but I am a skeptic. I am a skeptic, and I've been this way because of past relationships. I've only had actually two loves. I've loved. I mean, I've been married twice, and that second marriage is null and voided, and that didn't even exist. It's in the Bermuda Triangle.
Right. Where
Where
it belongs. Where it belongs. In the I ain't mad.
is done. And I mean, I originally thought, that was somebody, but people are deceptive. People know how to figure out how, what they think you want, or to draw you in. And when you're in a desperate mode, you feel those things, and you be like, oh, okay, oh, this is my soulmate. No, it's not. But
Right.
it's not
Right.
their soulmate, because they know what they're doing. But my first husband was my one of my loves, and the guy that I'm with now is the other person that I feel like I felt that with both of them. When I met them, I knew that there was going to be something going on between us, and it was good. But I am a skeptic, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I look at it differently. I don't just take it in like the first 30 minutes, be like, oh yeah, you the one. No, because I learned from that second one. They know how to figure you out and know exactly what to say. So, I believe in it, but I'm very skeptical, and it takes me a minute to say, that's it. Yeah, he's the one.
Okay. I truly do believe in soulmates, and I truly believe that I'm married to my soulmate.
Mm.
I believed in it before I got with him, and I'm always kind of a hopeless romantic, if you will. I love all the little love stories and Prince Charming. I don't believe in Prince Charming. Prince Charming ain't never coming, so you might as well forget about that. It
No.
ain't no perfect person, you know what I mean? But is there a soulmate? Yes, because they're the person that is the yin to your yang. The
Yeah.
person, you might be goofy and they might be quiet, or they might be strong, you might be weak, or whatever. They have the stuff and they accept the stuff that's wrong with you. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And that they just it just naturally happens that way.
Yeah.
And I think that people, is there such a thing as true love? Yes. Is there a soul connection? Yes. Is there soulmates? Yes. And can you have happy marriages or happy relationships without having that? Yes.
I
Mhm.
don't think
Okay.
I'm with my
Because
soulmate.
human relations, yeah, human
I don't think I'm
relationships.
with my soulmate, honestly. Like, like I agree with you what you're saying about your soulmate, but I don't think that I'm with my soulmate. But it doesn't mean that I don't love him. You know what I mean? Like I do
Right.
love him, but there is somebody probably that was out there as far as a soulmate where both of our souls like really truly connected.
Mhm.
It's just that I mean maybe I just didn't find that person, and so I think that honestly sometimes I feel like I jumped into relationships too fast and really didn't get to know the person, and then I didn't allow God to choose that person for me where I chose them for myself.
Mhm.
Now, I mean, do I not love my husband? No, I love him, but I mean, I just think that if I would have waited on God to choose the man for me, I probably would have connected with the person that was truly really my soulmate,
And
but
you
but
probably would have. That's what I was
right.
saying. Those of you out there, don't think, oh, if I'm not with my soulmate, then I need to break up with him to find my soulmate. Some
No.
It's very rare. Some people will never find it. But
Yeah.
then there are some who will wait and find that connection to
Mhm.
where you really, really know that this was the person that was meant to be for you. I didn't want to be married. I didn't want to be with nobody. Okay. This was my friend. I've been knowing him since I was in the seventh grade. He was a little
Wow.
peanut head boy that I knew from Linwood in my town. I didn't think about him. He was not thinking about me. So it's almost impossible that we ended up together, which is
Wow.
crazy. But he came back in my life, and he had always been in my life. A lot of times we're looking for something that
Mhm.
is right in front of our eyes the whole
And
time. And
right.
that's when you know that God is working in the midst of it,
Mhm.
because you're overlooking someone who's always been there the whole time. Hi.
Right.
Right.
I
Right.
didn't
Right.
want to know. He used to say so hi, and he was the only one that said my name right. Like back in the day, people would call me Edwina, Rwanda, Yolanda, whatever, and it's Edwanda. And then some people couldn't say it in the hood, so they just called me Wanda because they didn't know how to say Edwanda.
Mm.
And when I think about it, he was one of the few people that said my name correctly when he was a little boy.
Mm.
He would be like, "Hi, Edwanda," and I
But
Mhm.
still hear him.
Wanda,
I
one thing
still,
I one thing I did notice about you too, and that's why I know I can tell that connection
Mhm.
is, and it's something small, and you guys might be thinking I'm being extra, but when you guys walked out of Margot's apartment, you guys held hands. That to me is such a connection because really these days you don't see people holding hands even when they're walking
Oh,
down the
you
street.
noticed that? That's crazy.
No, I'm serious. I noticed that, and that's when in my mind, I said, "That's her man." You know what I'm saying? That's her.
We cannot walk down the street like it's automatic. Like I don't have to grab his hand or his. We just do it.
Do
We
it.
get in the
I know,
car, we
and
hold
that's
each
what I'm
other hand
saying. That's
because we
what.
want to feel that connection. It's really weird, but you
Mhm.
know
No, but that's a
that's
true. I'm
crazy.
telling you, that's a true connection when people hold hands because it's like you're one. Like me and my husband, we really don't hold hands. He's not my husband. He's a very loving person, but he's not a romantic person. He's not
Okay.
a person, affectionate person and stuff like that. So we don't really walk down. If I try to grab his hand, he'll say,
Yeah, look like what you
"No, we don't
doing?
do that, girl."
He'll be like, "What you doing?"
Right.
But just because a person doesn't hold hands doesn't mean they don't have
No,
strong
because I know
connection.
he loves me. I know he loves me, but he just doesn't hold hands. But I saw that, and when I saw that, when you guys walked out, I was like, that's her man. That they're connected. They're really feeling each other. And like you said, I'm not trying to negate anybody else's relationship if they don't hold hands, but I'm just saying I saw that, and it made an impact, you know, for me to remember that, because that was almost a year ago.
Oh wow, that's crazy. But yeah, he's the type, you know, that I don't know if in his past relationships he ever did that. I never asked him. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but I never told him like, oh, you gotta hold my hand and
Right.
I'm a nothing like that. From day one, when we went on a date, when you know, whatever, well, we never really even dated. We were friends, we saw each other and we was married. It wasn't no courtship,
No
nothing.
court or nothing. You guys
Not really. We were friends. We were
Mhm.
friends. And then we turned around and we were like, because I used to think like that's a good little man for somebody, you know,
Somebody.
really nice,
and
you
it was
know.
for your butt.
In my mind, I'm thinking somebody should get this man. He's such a, you know, a good friend and he's so nice. And this, I'm throwing him away, thinking like
Right.
somebody. And I turn around like, wait a minute, that's somebody else.
Buddy, it's me.
That's me.
You know what I'm saying? I went from I never said, do I want this man in my life? I went all the way to, do I not want this man in my life? Can I deal with not having this man in my life? And my answer was no.
Right.
That is so beautiful. How long y'all been married, Edwonda?
It's him. I don't want to put it on there, but forever, you know, for a long time.
That's good. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So anyway, I do believe in soulmates. That's why I like stuff like Bridgerton. Did y'all see Bridgerton? Did you watch? Look
I've
at
seen
Margot going.
I only seen 2.5
You only saw
episodes.
3, honey, because
Okay,
I binge watched that.
listen, Bridgerton. Now, some people got mad because it was a black guy with a white girl. I didn't see it like that. I saw it as two people.
Yeah.
Two people. We're not gonna give it away for those people who haven't seen Bridgerton. But Shonda Rhimes, honey, let me tell you something, okay? You
Yeah.
ain't playing no games up
Yeah.
here.
She
It
did.
was very classy. It was very the accents didn't bother me. The acting was great, and the casting of that fine dude that plays Simon, girl, what? Okay, he's not even my type of flavor or nothing.
No, but he's fine.
But he is so fine,
Yeah.
and with that accent and just the story of what he went through.
Yeah.
Okay, so that type of story gets me because I believe it. Whereas people who don't believe in love like that or whatever, they like, that's corny. Oh, that's whatever. So I want to know, Rochelle, what did you think of Bridgerton? Just give a generic term because we don't want to do spoilers. Do
Okay.
you think that it was believable or possible that something like that could happen?
I believe it was it's believable because of the era of the and the time of the movie. I mean, the women back then, that's all they were meant to do, is to meet, you know, especially when you're a wealthy woman, you come from a good family background. They set up those dances. That's all that is true. And they met, you know, they met their husband to be. So I do believe that is believable as far as, you know, them getting together. So I mean, those things did really did happen. It's true. Even okay, so it wasn't so much with Megan and what's her husband's name again? The prince, Megan, and you know,
Who's Megan?
I can't even think of the Meghan Markle.
Oh, the
Prince Harry.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Meghan
right.
Markle with Harry,
And
Prince
Prince
Harry.
Harry.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Right. So it wasn't so much. I'm sorry.
No, I got you.
I was just trying to do the connection of the real to life. It wasn't that much, but with his brother and his wife, they were set up like that. And even with his dad and
Princess Diana,
they were set up as well too.
But he wasn't never in love with her. He was never he was in love with Camilla Bowles the whole time.
Right.
Why he like her? I don't know, because she is like not even,
I know. I love Diana. Diana was such a lady.
at all.
She doesn't match up to Diana at all. But I'm just saying, like, the reason why I correlated that with that is because you can I mean that the storyline is a true storyline. Stuff like that do happen. They did set up a lot of the times the women didn't marry for love. They married because the man had money, they were prestigious, and they knew they was going to be taken care of. And so they knew eventually, because really honestly, let's keep it real, girls, if you hang around a man long enough, you will fall in love with them. I'm sorry, like the guy that you really think is
You
the
would
most
develop you would develop feelings, strong
feelings for,
feelings.
right,
You ain't gonna fall in love with nobody. You gonna think you in love. When you
right,
fall in love, that means there is no other choice, and he is the one for you. You can
right,
fall deeply in love, do stupid stuff, and then when you break up with him, hey, I hope I get over it, and then find somebody else. If you're in love with someone else, you don't get over it.
right. Yeah, so that's how they felt like back then, like, oh, well, I shouldn't say in love, but eventually you'll love them. That's
Yeah,
what
you'll
they said,
love them.
right.
Yeah.
You'll
You're gonna,
love them, be
right,
deeply in love with them, even if it's just out of loyalty or
right,
kindness and stuff like that. You will have a strong feeling. And a lot of those arranged marriages, they hope that that will happen,
right,
and they do have good connections. Some never do, but
Right.
there are some. So on the love tip or whatever, when we're talking about Harry and Meghan Markle, honey, he got so sprung on that he gave his title up.
He's like, bye.
exactly.
He was like, he was like, I got my brown sugar.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Deuces.
Right. Then he moved back here. He left
Out.
his country and everything for her.
He gave up
Yeah.
his title and everything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he was giving up the crown because he was a second son anyway.
Right.
So he was way down the line. It was
Right,
princes, like his brother's kids is ahead of him in the line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
right,
The
right,
way it go, the monarchy goes or whatever. So you know, it's a different role that Meghan Markle had to play than the other girl, Catherine.
right,
Catherine is the main son that's going to be king. So
Mhm.
she had to be a certain way. Whereas Megan was like, you know what? This is too much. I'm not trying to do this.
Right.
right,
I just want to be with you, Harry. And
Right.
now I got my baby. What's good? You know
Bounce.
what I'm saying? And Harry was
right,
like, we don't need all this. I'm good. You don't want to do it. Hey, boom, just don't leave me. And
Right.
he loved her enough. It might have been his way to get out anyway, because he
Yeah.
was probably tired of them, and he used that. I don't think he just said, "Oh, I'm with Megan now, and forget y'all." It
Right.
was just that he had a reason, he had a way out, and he didn't want that life. So
Right.
it's whatever.
Mhm.
But love does exist, and I'm gonna talk to Margot about this. And we gonna go after this, but I want you to tell the young ladies out there, or even the men that are watching, what are things that you should look for in a potential mate or relationship that lets you know that they love you? What indications will let you know if someone loves you?
I am what I've learned over my years of love. Um, is actions. Actions speak louder than words. You can tell me you love me all day long, but the way you treat me is what makes me like feel the love. I want to feel the love. I don't want you to keep telling me you love me and then you acting the ass over here and you're acting weird and crazy towards me, but you love me. That's not love. So actions, anything that you do to show that you appreciate me, you appreciate our relationship, you appreciate, what we are doing together. Those are the things that show me that you love me. I want you to show me that you love me. Don't just tell me that you love me. So I don't know. I appreciate the guy that I'm with now because he shows me that he loves me. He shows me that he cares, and he's not one. He's like your husband, Rochelle. He's not affectionate. So I don't go by those cues to say, do you love me or not love me because he don't hold my hand. And I think that's awesome. I like seeing couples who husbands and wives or couples who hold hands and you can just tell, that but everybody's different. Everybody's different. And so I really appreciate him showing me that he loves me and not just saying the words. So actions speak louder than words when it comes to love.
True.
Mhm.
Rochelle.
I agree with Margot with actions, because honestly, people could tell you that they love you all day, but if they're not showing you that they don't love you, like, I'm not saying monetary things, it's just the small things, like, um like, say you come home and your husband knows that you worked hard all day, and they have your bath water ran, or they've cooked dinner, or the kids have been fed, or just little things like, they drove your car, and you almost on empty, and they fill your gas tank up, or they take your
Hmm.
car to get washed and stuff, because that shows like they're thinking about you, because they're like, oh, I don't want my woman to gas to be low, and then she runs out of gas, and then she gets stuck, or maybe she might,
That's
maybe,
thoughtful.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just being thoughtful. Exactly,
Mhm.
that's the word I'm looking for. Thanks, Edwanda. Yeah, being thoughtful, like, that really shows that you love and cares about somebody. And if somebody does the little things for you, believe me, little things go a long way. It's the little things that really honestly show that they care, because the things that I've seen that Margot's boyfriend has done for her, oh
Mhm.
my God, like, just like for her birthday, he's really always have gone way out. And to me, that just shows so much love and gratitude. Like, I'm glad you're my woman, and I want to show you that I love you and I care. So that's why I do, because he always surprises her, and I love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
love
he really goes all out and out of his way to make sure that you're okay. And I like him personally. Like I say, I can't choose for you. I mean, you gotta like him or whatever. But as far as a guy, I really like him as a person.
Yeah, he's
it.
he's good.
So, with my answer on how do you know someone loves you, the point is that if you feel the love, you cannot pressure any man to be like another man. You know, some
Right.
Right.
men hold hands, some men don't. Some men write your name in the sky with the airplane and say, "I love you. Will you marry me?" Whatever. Some men do that, and some men don't say anything at all. Some men are hardcore, like like our fathers and grandfathers. Well, I'm here, ain't I? I paid the bill, didn't I?
Right.
That should let you know. You know what I'm saying? The old school, old
Right.
school. It's dinner on the table, ain't it?
I'm home every
Home,
day
didn't
at the same
I? Came
time.
home. I came home, didn't I? Okay. Those are ways of expression of love too. Is
Right.
that hey, I'm here.
Right.
What do you need? Men are problem solvers and they like to solve it. If you say, I need a blue
Done.
dress,
Oh, it's done.
they might not buy you the blue dress you want, but this gonna be a blue dress on that bed
Right.
if you need it because he wants to solve your problem. So there's no such thing as a perfect love. There's no such thing as a perfect man. But if someone loves you, they treat you with kindness and
Mhm.
they care about what you care about, meaning what's important to you. If your family's important to you, they try to make sure they're nice to your family. If your kids are important to
Sure.
you, they make sure that your kids are a priority to them. And anyone who is in a relationship with someone who does not have someone that thinks the things that they think are important are not important, that's not for you.
Mhm.
Okay. And so just because someone doesn't hold your hand or text you every day or
Right.
say I love you does not mean that they don't love you. People express love in different ways. So if
Mhm.
you have someone that
Exactly.
is showing you love, whether they're saying it, doing it, or whatever, you need to pay attention to that guy, even if it's some guy you never even thought about.
Right.
Showing love is extra attention, doing extra sweet and kind things. Hey, are you hungry today? Would you like to go to lunch? He trying to see if you hungry.
Right.
Okay. And you like, no thanks, Ted, whatever. I ate already. He's trying to find a way in or something like that. So give those guys a chance and you just never know.
Right.
Uh we over romanticize love. Women do. We expect men to do all these things that we see on movies and on Bridgerton and all this kind of stuff. That's not reality. Okay. Sometimes men are going to do that, but sometimes they're not. So don't think you're not in love or that person is not a worthy relationship consideration just because they don't do what people do on Bridgerton or whatever your favorite loves. What is Love Actually or the Notebook, which is one of my favorite.
The Notebook.
And
Yeah,
then
Notebook
doing
is
all
my
the
favorite
notebook
too.
stuff, don't discount that person because
Right.
their expression of love may be in a different way. And you never know how that person shares the love until you get in a real relationship. So my final words, I'm gonna give my final words first. Final words, love yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
No one can truly love you until you love yourself first. And I always disagree with this song. I think it was Whitney Houston saying, "Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all." I don't agree with that part. I agree that the love of God is the greatest love of all.
Okay.
And after that, when you love
Exactly.
God, then you're able to learn how to love yourself and also be open to someone else loving you. So Margot is gonna close out, and then when we're done, I'm just gonna say goodbye. Margot, final words.
I just want to say, don't avoid red flags. Don't avoid the red flags.
Right.
They are really there, and you should not avoid them. So you need to like ponder on them and see what's going on, and then figure out what you need to do. And if it's getting out, get out. That's it. That's all I got.
Rochelle, Rochelle.
I concur, I concur too. The red flags, don't avoid them. That's what I was thinking too, because there be plenty of them, and then people think, and then you know, pray for your good mate, and then I think God, well, I know God will bring that right person to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. My final words is that people are looking for love in all the wrong places and they might have it right in front of their eyes. So open your eyes, be open to people that think that you're awesome, and don't judge the package because you never know what package God is going to send your husband in, or,
Right.
or mate, or whatever, those who
Right.
don't even believe in marriage,
Right.
mate, boyfriend, or whatever, someone to share companionship with. So love yourself first, and basically enjoy your life. Love is very important, it's very valuable. And if someone loves you, even if you don't love them back, treat them nice
Mm-hmm.
and let them down easy. Okay. So have a good day. And we are three black girls talking.
Right.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Three black girls talking.